Hello and welcome back to Nasrina Creatives, the place where creativity finds purpose, ideas become inspiration, and every challenge becomes an opportunity for growth. We are truly delighted to have you with us today. Life is a journey filled with both joyful celebrations and unexpected storms. There are moments when everything seems to fall into place, and there are seasons when nothing appears to go as planned. Yet history has shown us something extraordinary. Some of the most beautiful motivations, unforgettable paintings, inspiring books, groundbreaking inventions, and life-changing ideas were born not from comfort but from struggle. Today's lesson, How Creative People Turn Pain into Beauty, is an invitation to discover how difficult experiences can become the foundation for a meaningful and remarkable life. If you have ever felt discouraged, rejected, misunderstood, or broken by life's challenges, this message is especially for you. Pain is one of the few experiences that every human being shares. It does not matter where you come from, how much wealth you possess, or what dreams you hold. Everyone encounters disappointment, failure, heartbreak, loss, fear, and uncertainty. The difference between people is not whether they experience pain, but how they respond to it. Some allow suffering to define them, while others allow it to refine them. Creative people belong to the second group. They understand that pain does not have to become a prison. Instead, it can become the raw material from which extraordinary beauty is created. They refuse to let their suffering be meaningless, choosing instead to transform it into something that inspires, heals, teaches, and uplifts both themselves and others. One of the greatest misunderstandings about creativity is the belief that it only appears when life is perfect. In reality, creativity often grows strongest during life's most difficult moments. When everything around us seems uncertain, our minds begin searching for new possibilities. When our hearts are broken, they begin longing to express emotions that words alone cannot describe. Creativity becomes the bridge between pain and healing. It allows emotions to move instead of remaining trapped inside us. Every poem written after heartbreak, every painting created during loneliness, every successful business started after failure, and every inspiring speech delivered after personal struggle is proof that creativity has the power to transform suffering into something beautiful. Creative people do not deny their pain or pretend that everything is fine. They acknowledge their struggles honestly. They cry when necessary, reflect deeply, and allow themselves to feel their emotions. However, they refuse to remain trapped there. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" they eventually begin asking a far more powerful question: "What can I create because this happened?" That simple shift in perspective changes everything. It transforms pain from an ending into a beginning, from a burden into a source of purpose. Rather than allowing life's difficulties to destroy their dreams, they use those very experiences as stepping stones towards something greater. Imagine a sculptor standing before a rough block of stone. To an ordinary person, it appears to be nothing more than a heavy rock, yet the sculptor already sees a masterpiece hidden inside. Every strike of the hammer removes something unnecessary until the beauty within is revealed. Life often works in much the same way. Difficult experiences may feel like painful blows, but they are often removing fear, pride, doubt, impatience, and limitations that prevent us from becoming the people we were meant to be. Although the process is uncomfortable, the result can be extraordinary. Sometimes life's greatest hardships are not meant to destroy us but to shape us into stronger, wiser, and more compassionate individuals. Creative people also understand that brokenness does not erase beauty. Think about a stained glass window. Before it becomes a breathtaking work of art, glass must first be broken into countless pieces. Those fragments, which may seem useless on their own, are carefully arranged into something magnificent that captures light in extraordinary ways. Human life is remarkably similar. Our broken experiences, painful memories, disappointments, and failures may seem meaningless while we are living through them. Yet with patience, courage, and creativity, those very pieces can come together to create a life filled with wisdom, compassion, strength, and purpose. Sometimes it is precisely our broken places that allow the light to shine through us most brightly. Many people spend years trying to hide the painful chapters of their lives because they believe those experiences make them weak. Creative people often discover the opposite. They realize that their greatest message usually grows out of their greatest struggle. The entrepreneur who once lived in poverty creates opportunities that help others escape financial hardship. The author who experienced loneliness writes stories that make readers feel understood. The artist who endured heartbreak creates paintings that comfort wounded hearts around the world. Their pain does not become something to be ashamed of. Instead, it becomes the very foundation of the impact they make on others. The experiences they once wished they could erase become the experiences that give their work authenticity, depth, and meaning. Pain also changes the way we see the world. During comfortable seasons, we often overlook small blessings and simple moments of beauty. However, difficult times teach us to appreciate what truly matters. They deepen our compassion because we begin to recognize struggles in other people that we previously failed to notice. They increase our patience because we understand that healing takes time. They strengthen our empathy because we know what it feels like to carry invisible burdens. This deeper awareness enriches creativity. A creative person does not simply observe the world with their eyes, they learn to see with their heart. As a result, their work becomes more meaningful because it reflects genuine human experience rather than superficial perfection. Every scar we carry tells a story. While wounds represent moments of pain, scars represent evidence of healing. They remind us that although life may have knocked us down, we found the strength to rise again. Creative people never view their scars as signs of permanent weakness. Instead, they see them as reminders of resilience. Every disappointment teaches a lesson. Every failure develops wisdom. Every rejection strengthens determination. Every setback builds character. The lessons gained through hardship often become more valuable than the comfort we wished we had experienced instead. In this way, pain becomes one of life's greatest teachers, preparing us for opportunities we could never have imagined before. Nature itself provides powerful examples of this truth. A seed must first disappear beneath dark soil before it can grow toward the sunlight. Diamonds are formed under extraordinary pressure deep within the earth. Pearls are created because an oyster transforms irritation into beauty. None of these remarkable creations happen without difficulty. The same principle applies to human creativity. Many of life's greatest achievements begin during seasons of uncertainty, loneliness, or struggle. What feels like darkness today may actually be preparing you for a future that is brighter than anything you have imagined. Never underestimate what difficult seasons can produce when you continue moving forward with hope and determination. One of the defining characteristics of highly creative people is that they refuse to waste their pain. They understand that suffering is inevitable, but meaningless suffering is optional. Instead of allowing hardship to leave them bitter, they choose to let it make them wiser. They begin asking themselves questions that transform their perspective. What lesson is this experience teaching me? How can this challenge help me grow? In what way can my story encourage someone else? These questions shift attention away from helplessness and toward purpose. Every difficult experience becomes an opportunity to develop greater strength, deeper understanding, and more meaningful creativity. The process of creating is often part of the healing itself. Healing rarely happens all at once. It grows through small, consistent actions taken day after day, writing one page in a journal, sketching one drawing, composing one melody, learning one new skill, building one small project, encouraging one person. These simple creative acts gradually replace despair with hope. They remind us that although we cannot always control what happens to us, we can always choose what we create from our experiences. Purpose slowly becomes stronger than pain, and hope quietly begins replacing fear. Perhaps one of the most inspiring truths is that your story may become someone else's source of strength. Somewhere in the world is a person who will one day face the very challenge you are experiencing today. They may feel lost, discouraged, or ready to give up. Then they encounter your book, your artwork, your speech, your business, your video, or simply your personal testimony. Suddenly they realize they are not alone. Your courage gives them courage. Your perseverance gives them hope. Your creativity becomes the light that helps someone else find their way through darkness. This is why your experiences matter. Your struggles are not simply about you. They may become the encouragement another person desperately needs. Creative people understand that emotions alone cannot change the future. Feelings become truly powerful only when they are transformed into action. Instead of allowing sadness to remain sadness, they write. Instead of allowing frustration to remain frustrated, they innovate. Instead of allowing disappointment to become defeated, they build something meaningful. They understand that every emotion contains energy and that energy can either destroy or create. The choice belongs to each of us. By choosing action over despair, creativity over bitterness, and hope over fear, they transform life's most painful moments into lasting contributions that benefit countless others. Finally, remember that beauty is rarely created overnight. Every masterpiece begins with a single step. Every successful creator starts with an imperfect beginning. Every remarkable journey is built through patience, persistence, and faith. You do not need to have every answer today. You do not need perfect circumstances before you begin creating. You simply need the courage to take the next step, trusting that each small effort will eventually become something extraordinary. Your creativity is stronger than your circumstances, greater than your fears, and more powerful than your past. The pain you carry today does not have the final word. What you choose to create from that pain will shape the story of your future. As we conclude today's lesson, remember this powerful truth. Your pain does not define your destiny, your response to it does. Every challenge you face carries within it the possibility of wisdom, growth, compassion, and creativity. The world's most inspiring people are not those who avoided hardship, but those who refuse to let hardship stop them from creating something meaningful. Let your struggles become your strength, your tears become your testimony, and your setbacks become the foundation of your success. Continue believing in your unique gifts. Continue creating even when life feels difficult. And never forget that some of the greatest beauty the world has ever known began in moments of pain. Thank you for joining us today on Nasrina Creatives. If this lesson inspired you, continue nurturing your creativity, embracing your journey, and sharing your light with the world. Until next time, keep believing, keep growing, keep creating, and remember that every challenge carries within it the possibility of extraordinary beauty.